Hey everyone, welcome back to PostGame Live for the community series of 2025. And unfortunately, the Cats didn't quite bring the normal Geelong style of football this evening, and we went down by 21 points to the Bombers. It was some good signs, though, I suppose. Some players that probably gave themselves a chance at a game round zero, opening round. Mitch Nevitt's probably one that stands out, did some really good things, got a lot of the ball, got around the ball heaps. But some others that maybe didn't. I think Connor O'Sullivan probably didn't do enough. I was hoping to see a little bit more from Connor tonight, but that wasn't meant to be. Jezza was good at times, not so good at other times. He had a stack of it. The skills were just a little bit off tonight. I don't know what it was, but something was a bit funny. So, but look, the Bombers, to their credit, played really well. That Kako from the Bombers, the young fella, he nearly had 5 goals. I think, apart from the end when Draper might have pinched one on the goal line off him in the final couple of seconds. But yeah, no, the Cats were pretty good. The Bombers were pretty good all night long. The Cats were, yeah, look, as I said, a couple of moments there, we looked okay. There was some signs, but fair bit of rust. And you hope that's, and it probably is. It's just a little bit of rust, but you hope that's we get that out of the way early. Not to say that we're not going to have another bad game all year, because we probably will. I think we're bound to have a few more of those. Hello to everyone in the chat. I can see a few of you in there already. Welcome to a post-game live. My name is Benny, or Ben Reeve. Welcome if this is your first time on post-game live. We will do this after every game, every Cats game. Yeah, maybe even the grand final. If the Cats don't make it, we'll still be here doing some post-game live action throughout the year. Every week, apart from bye weeks, I guess, and then maybe we'll see what we can do. I've been asked and I've been told off, actually, because I didn't do a post-game live for the cricket season, but I might do something in cricket season at some stage as well. Now, if before I get on with the show, just a quick shout out for the sponsor, Cyril Cook Florist. Win or lose, you can use the promo code. It's not one of those ones where you win. We only get it if we win. You get it every week. It's 20% off for an online purchase in store. So get on the website, www.cyrilcookflorist.com.au. Jump on board that one. Now, if you want to be a guest on the show tonight, I have already posted the link in the chat. So I actually don't have anyone in the chat at the moment. So if you want to jump on. Everyone's a bit shy at the moment because the Cats lost, but a few of the regulars, I'm not sure if they're coming on. But it may just be me if no one jumps in. But the link is in the chat if you want to jump on and have a chat. All you need is a thing like this. It's called a mobile phone. You may know it as a smartphone. Just needs a microphone and a camera, and you're laughing. You're off and racing. I'd love to know what you think about how the Cats went. Some of the players. If you want to talk about Essendon, that's great as well. If you're a Bombers fan and you want to gloat, come on. You might. I'll be nice to you, but the chat might not be as nice. But that's fine as well. But yes, if you want to let us know what you think in the chat, I'll go through. I'll spend a little bit of time going through the chat as well through the show. I'll try and prioritize some guests if we get them on, but we'll see how we go. Ask a question, leave a comment in the chat, and we'll come to that at the end as well. As always, the socials, you can get us on the Hoops Crew are always on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Blue Sky. Even though I don't do much on Blue Sky, we're on there a fair bit. All right. And we're nearly at 2,000 subscribers. So if you're watching on YouTube, that subscribe button is just around about there somewhere. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, jump off that, come into YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Help us out. Help us do something with this channel. We're trying to get to 2,000. I reckon we'll get there probably halfway through the year. But the sooner we get there, the sooner we'll be able to celebrate, or at least the Hoops Crew will be able to celebrate too much. All right. Now, I'm going to go through I'm going to pull out my phone because I made some notes while I was at the game tonight. I did stay for a half. I didn't leave because the Cats were losing. We were actually in front. So you can't blame me for leaving when the Cats were in front. But just some thoughts on the game. Now, it didn't start well, did it? The Bombers got the first 3 goals of the game. I looked over at the kids and thought, this isn't going too well. They were all excited to go to the footy and have a good night and expecting Geelong to have a win because we usually do against the Bombers. But Wasn't meant to be, unfortunately. But 3 goals to the Bombers to start the game. Goals to Ollie Henry and Stengel for the quarter. Pretty quiet quarter from the Cats. Just wayward kicking at goal. Wayward, just a lot of wasted sort of poor decisions, sloppy footy throughout. Apart from a classy little sidestep from Lawson in the first quarter, that was pretty impressive. But yeah, just a bit of overuse of the footy, some free kicks that you could argue were silly free kicks. Some of you who hate umpires might say umpires just had it in for us. I think maybe a little bit of both, maybe a little bit, just maybe just not being careful enough inside defensive 50 and giving away a few that led to some Bombers goals. And didn't they kick accurately tonight, the Bombers? 17 goals, 2. They didn't miss. I don't think they didn't miss one inside 50, I'm told. I think they hit the post as well at some stage. So 19 scoring shots to our 23 scoring shots. So we lost by 21 points. So, good on you, Bombers. Take the wins when you can, Essendon. You may as well. Now, second quarter, a couple of goals to Jezza. He started to look really good in that second quarter after, some good moments and some bad moments in the first quarter. Dangerfield, Blitzard's goals as well, and goals to Neil and Bowes. So clearly the second quarter for the Cats was probably the best one for us for the day. That was where it all happened. And then, the Bombers got on top a little bit in the third, brought it back a bit, and then the fourth ran away with it. But third quarter, goals to Myers and Stengel. Another one to Stengel there. Jai Clark, I think, came on maybe at halftime, if I've got that right. Correct me in the chat if I've got that wrong. But Jai Clark comes on at halftime, gets about 10 possessions, probably the freshest bloke on the ground at that stage. You got Lucas in the chat. I'll get to you in a sec, Lucas. And in the fourth quarter, I was shocked and I couldn't believe what was going on. Colin Jasny was in the forward pocket the first couple of minutes of the fourth quarter. What's he doing in there? Get him out of there. That was weird. A goal to Shannon Neal and Ted Closey in that quarter as well. I may have missed one in that fourth quarter, but I lost interest, if I'm being completely honest. It was a bit of a rough quarter there, and you could see the Bombers just getting on top in the end as well. So wasn't great, but that's okay. All right, some stats for the game. Just give us a heads up, Lucas, when you're ready to come on. I'll turn your camera on and I'll flick you on. He's probably putting a shirt on, if I know Lucas, as I do. He's often it's a bit early to go with the nudity stuff. It's 10 o'clock, but anyway. All right, so do we care about the Bombers? No, not really. I'm just going to look at the Cats ones here. Jack Bowes, 30 touches. Can you believe it? Remember last year we couldn't get a single player inside the 30 touches for, I don't know, half the season. I don't know what was going on, but we just couldn't get anyone in there. Brian Myers snuck in for 30 touches as well, and a goal. So Bowes and Brian both got a goal there. Jezza, I didn't see Jezza up forward a lot. He did get a couple of goals, but he mostly went through the middle of the ground, which is probably why he got 23 touches. So he was great. I should say Bowes had 721 metres gained as well. So that was pretty impressive. I don't usually expect to see that from Bowes. Usually someone like a Max Holmes would do something like that. And Isaac Smith back in the day as well. 23 touches for Jezza, as I said. He's got his camera on. He's ready to go. I'll come back to some stats. I'm not going to keep this fella waiting. No, he's turned his camera off again. He's stuffing me around. I don't know what he's doing. I'll keep going with the stats. Mitch Nevitt, as I said, some good signs from Mitch tonight. Was it greasy conditions out there? I don't know, because he was fumbling a little bit, maybe the pressure, but good signs were that he was getting involved in the play. He was up and about. I liked what I saw. I think he's probably booked himself a ticket to the Sunshine Coast to play Brisbane on Thursday week in about 9 days' time. Now, Lucas, thumbs up if you're ready to go. He's giving me a head nod. He's giving me the thumbs up. All right. Do I have a special thing for him? Let's see what I've got for him. Here he is. Welcome to the chat, mate.
Thank you for having me, Ben.
All right. How you been?
Oh, been well. Been great. Went to the Shield last week at Adelaide Oval. Went to the one-day competition at Adelaide Oval, and the South Australia into the finals against the Victorian Scum at Adelaide Oval this week on Saturday, which I'll be going to. So good times ahead. Well, if we win it, good times ahead.
I did see you on the socials a couple of times, chatting with a few of the players as they'll come on and off. Talk to me about your thoughts on this game. Now, let's just remember, before you launch into a tirade, fuming from both ears, steam coming out, let's remember it's community series, but I do want to hear your honest thoughts at the same time. What do you think?
I thought, well, we both teams played strong sides. We're missing Bailey Smith. I thought the first half was fantastic game of football. And then the third quarter got away a little bit from us. But we were there in the fourth. I thought that was poor. I thought our fourth quarter was really poor. Essendon, they pressured up in the pressure gauge. It was over 200. We were at 140. I would have liked to match them. So I thought that was a little bit disappointing. They kicked 6 goals in that quarter. I don't think that's really good enough, to be honest, whether it's a preseason game or not. I just wanted to match them in pressure. Having said that, there was great signs. Nevitt, I thought was really good. He was really clean tonight, Nevitt. I mentioned last week he was a bit, turned the ball over too much. I thought he was good. Cameron, this is a classic Cameron game. He does a brilliant first half. Second half he goes missing. And when he goes missing, it hurts our team as it did tonight. So that's a real concern. Our goal kicking is a real concern. Essendon only kicked, I think, 2 points this whole game. I think it was 16 goals too or something ridiculous. Granted, they probably won't do that again, but our goal kicking has just been dreadful the last 12 months, and it hasn't really improved. So there are concerns for me. But I did my ladder. I don't know if you saw that or
no, not yet.
Yeah. I had Geelong top 4. That hasn't changed. I still think there are 3 teams ahead of us. I said that last week: GWS, Hawthorn, and Brisbane. So that hasn't changed after this night. But there are some roaring signs that were in that fourth quarter that we saw a bit last year, and I was hoping that wasn't the case coming into this new year. But yeah, it's still there. It's still there, Ben.
I can't believe you've put Hawthorn in the top 4. I know most non-Geelong supporters probably do rate Hawthorn. I just won't have them in the top 4 on principle. Where did I have them? I can't remember exactly. I think I had them 12th or 15th or something like that. No, maybe 10th. Maybe 10th. I think they've got a pretty tough draw. Yeah, look, there's just a little bit of mix of frustration tonight, but I don't want to lose my head over things as well, and I'm sure you're not either. Normally we get you on the back end of these types of shows because you're absolutely out of control and you're fuming and you need some time to calm down. And you're 2 hours after the game's finished, you're still fuming. But yeah, you're first one up tonight. I've got Foxy in the chat as well. I can't remember if Foxy's been on before. Have you been on before, Foxy? Give us a thumbs up if you have, or thumbs down. I don't know. No, he's never been on. Debutant on Postgame Live. This is what we want. Love a debutant on Postgame Live. I haven't got a little thing set up for him like I have for Lucas though. There's Lucas's one. But no, I haven't got one set up. If anyone else wants to jump in the chat, as I said before, the link's in the chat just below there. Mate, who do you reckon? Who did you like? I mean, you said you like Mitch Nevitt. Does anyone else catch your eye tonight that you thought stood out, or anyone that you maybe came away from the game with some concerns about?
Concerning was Colin Jasny against KO, the small forward from Essendon, who kicked 4 goals. That was a little bit concerning. Again, it's harsh, but Mitch Duncan I thought was just too slow. Got caught with the ball too much. There was one incident in that last quarter where he looked like he had an eternity and he got ran down. That's not good. I think it's probably if they want to get him to 300, just play him, get that out of the way as soon as you can. Myers, again, he was pretty good today. Got a lot of the ball. Like I said, I was impressed with Nevitt. Nevitt was very good. Danger, kicked that early goal. Didn't really do much after that. Bose, I thought was good.
Saving Danger for the business. I think that definitely at this stage of his career, we're not rushing down.
No, we're not. No, we're not gonna worry about. Sorry, my camera's gone. There we go. No, we're not. It's pre-season, but he's played enough games. Bose, I thought, was really good, very good.
Talk about Bose. Talk to me about Bose. I thought he was fantastic. He's in my votes, that's for sure.
Oh, he was went up forward, kicked the goal. I think he ended up with 25, 30 touches. I'm not sure. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen the actual stat.
5 clearances. No tackles, Bose. Come on, got to tackle.
Yeah. But I thought he was really good, really solid. Very, very impressed. Tom Stewart, didn't play that much minutes, so I had to put a liner through him. But I was just, the one thing I just didn't like tonight was how Essendon. We own Essendon, by the way. No matter how bad we're travelling, we own Essendon. We could lose our first 6 games of the year and play Essendon. We'll beat them by 50 points. So that's a club we own. But I just wish we matched them in pressure, because they did turn it up. Yes, it's a pre-season. We don't have to do that. They chose to. But I just thought, why give them the satisfaction of that? Match it. That's a little bit disappointing. But like I said, the shirt's not coming. Shirt's staying off. But no, shirt's staying on. It's nothing to be alarmed. I've still got Geelong in my top 4, but I just didn't want to give Essendon that satisfaction, because I actually don't. It's actually, I've just noticed this. We've played Hawthorn and then we've played Essendon back-to-back weeks in Geelong. So somehow we get them in Geelong, but we can't get them in the regular season. Isn't that ironic? But I just didn't want to give Essendon that satisfaction. But it is what it is. It's pre-season, shouldn't really go off the deep end. But 6 goals in that quarter, how many teams did that to us last year?
Yeah, that's
a little bit disappointing.
6 goals. What's the stats website? I'm just looking. Yeah. 6 goals, nothing to our 2 goals, 4. Same amount of scoring shot. Yeah,
and again, like 4 behinds, goal kicking.
Yep.
There's a lot of gettable. Stengel, I thought Stengel was really good tonight. Kicked a couple of goals. He was good. Yeah. But it's our goal kicking that really worries me. That's that. If you said what's one problem that runs, it's goal kicking. We haven't improved it.
12 goals 11 is not terrible. Like, it wasn't like it was 5 goals 15 or anything like that. Like, we've had score lines like that before. But no, the Bombers kicking 17 goals too, and a poster. They didn't want to miss tonight at all. And look, part of that's just us giving them easy ones, and them, and a mix of them just being good in front of goals. So credit to them. As they say, good kicking is good football. So
absolutely. Great, 100% agree with that. And maybe them kicking that many goals, does look bad on us. Like I said, it's not terrible, but I thought there were a couple that we missed. A key matchup that really interests me was De Koning on Draper. And this is no disrespect to Draper, but he's not a world beater. I wanted to see De Koning absolutely smash him tonight. I didn't really see that from De Koning. Draper went forward, skittled our players down back late in that last quarter. Somehow that wasn't a free kick. I don't even think he even got the ball, did he?
No.
So that never changes in Geelong. The umpires, that never changes in Geelong. The days of getting free kicks in Geelong went out back when Gazza in the 90s retired. So ever since he retired, we don't get those free kicks anymore.
If there's any umpires watching, it's probably the second game you've umpired all year, so we'll cut you a little bit of slack. But don't be doing that against the reigning premiers in 9 days' time. Don't be screwing us like that. Drake absolutely skittled 3 Geelong players, and we got nothing. And then just knocked 3 of us to the ground. Some might consider that good football, making a contest, but I don't think that was a contest. I don't think he was ever in the contest there. He literally he was at a 10-pin bowling lane and just basically tried to get the spare in the end. That's all that was. And yeah, Essendon goal.
I just wish DeConey did that. I think he had a great chance to do that. And just like I said, no disrespect to Draper, but I wanted DeConey to absolutely smash him, make a real big statement. Didn't get that. Yeah, he works around the ground. He's got good work rate. That's good. That's fine. Tom English, from the Bulldogs does that as well. Probably similar games. Probably Tom's a little bit more better. Also, his brother, another Tom from Carlton's, a little bit better in that area. But it's a progress that I want to still continue. It's an experiment. I want to see continue. I want him in the ruck over Stanley. So I think we've got to persist with it. But I just wish he'd give us a little bit more. Maybe he's not that ruckman. Maybe like he is the Tim English's. His brother Tom, work up the ground, grind your opponent into the ground. That's all fine, but last year, the elephant in the room was our rucking. Apart from our goal kicking, he was ruck, and I just want that to be just tweaked. I think if we had a good ruckman last year, we probably would have won that prelim, won the grand final. So I think that's a little bit hurting us a little bit.
Let me just summarise. We got Paul ruck work, got to fix the ruck work, got to fix the kicking, and we've got to get Mitch Duncan to 300 games pretty quickly. Mitch Duncan.
If Mitch Duncan has to serve it as a substitute, so be it. So be it. Even if he has to play 5 minutes, keep him on the bench for the all game, bring him on with 5 minutes to go. It still counts. You still get your 300. You get your life membership. There's nothing wrong with that. But
you're going to bump into him in the street somewhere. He's not going to be happy with you.
He was like a 100-year-old man today, unfortunately. But it's pre-season. He shouldn't be that slow. So that again a concerning. But no, look, disappointing we lost to Essendon, but. Because we own them, no matter how bad we're going, we always beat Essendon. They're not even rivals, Ben. Can't be a rivalry if we keep beating them.
Like Australia versus Zimbabwe in the cricket. Let's be real. It's not a proper match. That's not a proper match.
It's a bit like the Ashes. We own England, so that's not a rivalry. They can come up with.
I was going to say we're doing pretty good to hang shit on Essendon when they've beaten us by 3 goals. Goodness me, we're humble. Hello, Bombers fans out there. Well done.
Yeah,
it is a Geelong YouTube channel after all, but
it's in our DNA, Ben. We for some reason we don't like Essendon, so don't know what it is, but hey, we gave you a win, so you know what? That's the first time you've bet us in like 20 years. So should be happy with that. Take that away.
I posted a video this morning. I think it was this morning. No, maybe it was yesterday. I can't remember. Anyway, it was my predictions for the year, and I had my top 8, which included Essendon, and I'm probably the only person in Australia that's going to do that. But I had Essendon in there. And I don't know. Maybe I'm feeling good about that now after 2 preseason wins for the Bombers. We'll see how we go. I'll come back to me after the first month, and we'll see how we're going with that.
They're lit up, Ben. They're tweeting that they're going to win the flag after those 2. You know, they don't even have an AFL season. Let's just skip and give it to Essendon the way their supporters are going on Twitter, or X as it's called. But look, like I said, pre-season, couple of disappointing moments, but I guess it is what it is. I'm calm. Literally, I do go ape shit when we lose. But I've been sociable. I've been understanding. I've been reasonable. So I think probably not towards Essendon, but that's okay. I don't care about Essendon either. Just this club. But no. It's okay. It is what it is, and we'll come back the opening round against Brisbane, and then the real stuff begins. I did actually while I'm here, I did actually want to ask you a question. Just a random question. Have you been watching any TV shows lately?
I don't watch Married at First Sight, so if you're going to go talk about that, keep it quick because I can't stand it, and I can't stand Australian Idol. But what have you got to tell me about? Probably going to talk about Jackie or someone from. I don't know. I just watch the ads. Tell me about it though.
Well, funny enough, I didn't actually watch the first half of the game because I was watching Married. Yeah, I was watching Married. So, and then I decided, maybe since I am coming on here, I would actually watch the game.
Yes.
Would be nice.
Yes.
So
when you get off, put in a message to Kieran. Tell him to. I think he must be a trombone practice tonight, or I think he's in a band. So yeah, I think
he's hit the sack. He's got work early in the morning, so he's.
I can't have that. Post game live, you hear you got to.
Yeah.
We're not paying anyone, but you got to be here.
Ben, I'll be here if it was 3 a.m. So that's great. That's the work rate we should all aspire to. Get on no matter what.
I'm going to do the opposite of get you on. I'm going to get you off because we do have a debutant who's been patiently waiting in the wings, and he's been a good, big, huge fan of the hoops for many a year, and it's Foxy. But no, Lucas, thanks, mate. Look, don't have too many bad dreams tonight. It's just community series. Definitely go to bed and hang a bit more shit on the Bombers on social media before you fall asleep. That's a bit of fun. Yes, we did lose by 19 points or whatever it was in the end, but who cares? Clearly, we weren't trying that hard. They were trying everything to win that game.
No worries, Ben. Thank you for having me. And damn, it's hot with this bloody scarf on. It's 30 degrees here in Adelaide. Goodness me, what is going on? Any chance of some rain? That'd be nice. Bloody hell. Well, that is what it is. Thank you for having me, Ben.
See you, buddy. Take care. All right. All righty. Okay, now I don't have a special little name. There it is. Where is it? There it is. A special name thing if you Foxy, but because he's made his debut. This is his debut. If you come on a second time, Foxy, I'm going to have one ready for you. But here he is. I'm going to take my name away. There we go. Welcome to Post Game Live on the Hoops Crew. How you going?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing very well. How are you feeling about that? Are you upset with the Cats? Are you feeling calm and is it just pre-season, or have you got some serious concerns? Like, where's your head at the moment?
Pretty calm. It's only pre-season. Nothing really too concerning apart from maybe the goal kicking. Like we've missed a lot of shots that we probably could have kicked.
We needed to kick a bit straighter, didn't we? But I was saying to Lucas before that we still kicked more goals than points. And usually that, for me, I can live with that. But when the other team is not missing, it really, it hurts you a little bit more, doesn't it? So it just seemed to be through the game, we'd miss a few and then they'd go down the other end and they'd kick one. So that's a bit of a shame. Which players caught your eye tonight? Who'd you like?
Brian Myers, and Tyson Stengel.
Stengers look good. A couple of weeks, he looked good. He didn't have much of it in the Indigenous game, All-Stars game, but he did look good for those brief moments that he was in there. Did you like? We haven't talked about Lawson Humphries. Did you like his game tonight? He did some good things. He did
some good things, but he was often on a taller opponent, I noticed.
Yeah.
And that maybe cost us a few goals. Like he couldn't outmark the taller opponent that he shouldn't have been on. Someone else should have covered for him, I reckon. And that probably he was still very composed, but he just couldn't deal with the size of some of the opponents on him.
I don't think I've ever asked you this on socials or Patreon or anything. Who's your favourite, one or two favourite Geelong players? Like maybe someone you've already mentioned, but is not from tonight necessarily. But who does your eye catch the most when you're watching the Catters?
I think it's Geelong. 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 It used to be Gary Ablett Jr. when he played, but now it's he was my favourite. But now it's probably Ollie Dempsey or Sam De Koning.
DK. Sam De Koning nearly took mark of the century tonight. In that last quarter, I think he went up and didn't quite come down with it, and then the Bombers got a goal. But are you nervous? Are you nervous about Sam De Koning potentially being poached by the Gold Coast Suns? I think it's laughable that they're even thinking that they're going to get Sam De Koning, but do you have any?
I agree that it's laughable that they're thinking of even trying to get him.
What if it means we get Matty Rao from the Gold Coast or something like that? Is it worth? Is that a fair swap, or you just want to be greedy and just have Rao and keep De Koning as well?
Not unless they give us 3+ draft picks for SDK, or at least 3. And I reckon it sounds a bit ridiculous, but that's what I reckon he is worth.
Yeah. No, I can't remember what he was. I don't think he was a top 10. He definitely wasn't a top 10 draft pick when we got him. And I think we got him in the COVID period, and maybe he didn't.
Yeah.
Maybe played a game, maybe didn't play a game that first year. I can't recall. But anyway, it was only in 2022 he really sort of came into his own and played most of the year in the senior side. I think we don't have to worry too much. It's more about whether his brother comes over to us. That'll be nice. I'm not convinced Sam De Koning as the Geelong #1 ruck option. Didn't see Brett Stanley out there tonight. He may have been playing in the VFL. I don't know. Do you live locally in Geelong, or do you watch from afar, or where are you?
I travel from Werribee to Geelong.
Okay. You're in Victoria though. So you'd see a few Geelong games here and there, and but yeah, I didn't. The VFL was on beforehand. Wasn't sure if Reese was playing in that game or not. Someone
He was playing in that game.
Was, yeah, okay. Have we heard about any injuries from tonight? I don't know if there's.
I don't think so.
I'm just looking through. I'm not thinking there's any too much. They haven't done the full match report that I can see yet on the website. So I think we've got through with a clean bill of health, but you never know who's going to do a hamstring or a finger injury, something like that, or maybe a little concussion here or there. But we've got 9 days to rest up, which is pretty handy. Probably the least amount of any other team at the moment. Are you a little bit more nervous tonight after the loss than you about playing Brisbane than you were maybe yesterday?
No, not really.
Yep.
I'm still fairly confident that we should go over there and ruin the flag unfurling.
You're a nasty. You've got a nasty streak. Yeah. I love it. I want to rain on the parade. That'll be sweet.
Particularly when it comes to Brisbane, I don't particularly like them. Even I have family that lives in Brisbane.
Oh, okay. Do they watch the post-game live show all the time? I'm sure they do. Hello to Foxy's family, if they do. They're probably Brisbane fans.
No, they're not Brisbane. They're Geelong. They came from Geelong.
Oh, very nice. Well, hello, if you are watching. Everyone surely is. 187 eyeballs are on right now. Yeah, look, I'm not too concerned as well. I much would prefer to get through the preseason having won 2 games, but it doesn't really matter. We won 2 games last year in the preseason, and then I think didn't we win the first 7 games of the year last year from memory?
Yes, 7 in a row.
I think we were on this post-game live show, and we actually hadn't lost for. I was feeling like it was a good luck charm, this post-game live show, because we hadn't lost for about 7 weeks that we were doing it. But yeah, no, it's no good. Any other observations from tonight that you want to share? I think, it's I guess an overall, there's some good things and some bad things, but anything that sort of else you sort of wanted to get off your chest about the way the Cats play?
Not particularly. I'm trying to think.
What about for the rest of the year then? What are your thoughts on how the Cats will go this year? And maybe even just bring it back a little bit. How do you reckon the Cats will go over the first month of the year as well?
5-2, maybe.
5-2.
Is that the first month? No, the first month is 5 games, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, pretty much. I mean, just roughly that first start to the year. I usually break it down in the first 7 or 8 games when I look at a season. I look at it in terms of the beginning, the middle, and the end, not including finals. So, yeah, it's how I tend to look at it, like a 7 or 8 games to start, and then I think probably the middle 8, and then the back end, the final 7 or 8 as well. So. I think the Cats will be doing reasonably well. I don't think we'll be in top 4 necessarily to start the year, but I think it often depends on how you go the first week. Funnily enough, pretty sure the stats would prove that teams that tend to win their first couple tend to get a bit of momentum going and have a bit of a run on. But the same is also true for teams that drop a couple. Like, look at us. The year after we won the grand final, Foxy, we lost 3 in a row and never kind of got it back on track after that, did we?
Yeah, it was a disappointing year, 2023.
Last year we were premiership favourites after winning 7 straight to start the year, and then just a kick and a bit out of a grand final. Do you reckon we would have won the grand final if we got through?
100%.
100%. Yeah, I don't think I've spoken to a Geelong supporter that said otherwise. Sydney might have played a different game had they faced a different opponent potentially, but they were absolutely
I would have
destroyed.
been having flashbacks to 22.
Oh, wouldn't that have been good? That was.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to get to that game.
So was I.
Oh, were you? Oh, yeah, yep. You know, how good was it?
Very good.
When I say I was lucky enough to get to that game, I still paid $3,000 for the tickets, the 2 tickets.
Wow.
I didn't win the lottery. I've never won the lottery, Foxy, in 3 or 4 attempts of it. And COVID ruined it for the 2020 grand final. I don't know. Never seemed to have luck with that. What we need to do is I need to become one of those September members or whatever it's called. There's a new one these days, a new category of membership where you pay $1 billion and you're guaranteed a grand final ticket if you make it. I don't know. Or maybe I need to go and work for Toyota and become friends with the CEO and I can get tickets through the sponsor of the AFL. Anyway. Well, mate, it's been great having you on. I love it when we get a debutant on for the first time. It's good fun. Yeah. I hope we'll see you again. Thank you again, I should say. Thank you again for all your support of the Hoops crew and the Chat Cats as well over the years. You are one of the original gangsters from both of our channels, and now we are the Hoops. Well, back when it used to be the Hoops Show as well, and then the Chaps Chat Cats, and now we're the Hoops crew. So I want to say a big thank you to you and any other Patreon supporters watching at the moment as well. It all helps and gives us the encouragement that we need to keep doing what we're doing. So I really appreciate it. And I'm glad you clicked the link and came on. I appreciate it. It's been good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad to be a Patreon. And just before I go, I want to show some of my posters on my
definitely do it.
Do you see that? All the Geelong stickers and
nice. Where did you get up to? 2021. Is there a 2020? Did they do them in 2020? Oh yeah, the member one. Yep. 2019,
2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025.
What's the Western one again?
Western United.
Western United. Yep. Beautiful. Love it. Are those stickers going to come off the wall easily, or they're permanently?
Probably there permanently. They're from the club themselves.
Love it. I love it. Might as well keep them there. Just add to it every year, mate. That's the way to do it. All right. Well, you have a great evening. Thanks again for coming on. And we'll see you on the next one.
See you.
See you, mate. All righty. I don't have any other guests sitting there in the chat, so I'm happy to actually go through the live chat. If someone wants to jump in, by all means, jump in. As I said before, the link to the guest link, or the guest link, is in the live chat as well. So click on that. If you are watching this tomorrow morning, guess what? It's no longer live. You won't be able to join. You can try. You won't get very far though. So if you want to join in and be a participant on Postgame Live, you'll have to do it in the moment. All right, let's go through some of the live chat. I'm going to get rid of all the little overlays there. Let's see. I'm going to go all the way to the top here and see what the comments are. There's quite a bit in. It's quite a bit in here from everywhere. I've got some from Twitter, and I think there's some Facebook ones, and clearly YouTube ones as well. Hello, Aviation Flicks. Aviation Flicks is always on here. I know you've changed the name a couple of times. I can't remember what the other one was, but it was some other one, some other Flicks thing. Just mix it up. Keep me guessing all the time. That's good. Not happy we lost the late crew. Yes, I was. Sorry. I was a couple of minutes late. I was sitting on the couch. I did have to have a quick trip to the restroom before I come on, because sometimes these shows go for a little bit too long. I don't know if this show is going to go beyond the hour mark, unless someone else jumps into and wants to have a chat with me about the game, or about some of the players, or about how they're feeling about the season, or let's talk about life. Let's talk about your kids. Let's talk about work, whatever you want to talk about. We're here. It's a family. It's a Geelong Cats family, and we're happy to have a chat. Bussy Sniffer. Bussy Sniffer's been all over the Paul James show lately. He's been all over the Paul James show, and he's not been happy with Paul's profanities on the Paul James show. Yes, he's named the show after himself. If you're not, what's this Paul James show? Check it out. He's live on Thursdays and Sundays every week. He might be watching in bed in his Ninja Turtle pajamas at the moment, but we'll never know. But the Karate Kid, or the Kako Kid, was pretty good. We Look Slow wasn't out today. Definitely not. Amy, all I wanted out of this game was no injuries, and I think we got that. I think we got that too. I hope we got that. Waiting to see the match report. Historically, we don't win preseason much. We won 2 of them last year, Amy, and the first 7 games. We won 9 on the trot, if you count preseason games as on the trot. We've just had this fella in the chat, but we lost Danwell. Only preseason. That's right. That's right. All right, Bussy Sniffer. We played terribly and got close, so I'm not too disappointed. Neither am I. Bose and O'Sullivan were great. I'm not going to agree with you on O'Sullivan. I don't think he was bad. I think he's definitely improved on last year, but I was a little bit disappointed that he didn't. And maybe I'm completely wrong here, and maybe you'll tell me in the chat, but I didn't think he took his opportunity to cement, to put his name on the team sheet for next week against Brisbane. I just don't think he did enough. I think he'll find himself back in the VFL, which is a shame, because I really, really wanted him and Mitch Nevitt to be there. I feel like Mitch Nevitt's going to be there, but I'm not so sure on O'Sullivan now. But that's okay. He's got time. He's got plenty of time. Definitely more to look forward to in the home and away season. Aviation Flicks. Chabby Joe. Hey, Chabby Joe. We've had now. God, I've just forgotten it for a moment what the show was. We've been on it before. Oh my God, it'll come back to me. Fan TV or something. Sorry, I apologize. It's late. I get forgetful at times, but we have been invited on your YouTube show, and we did Paul did the live show late last year as well, which was lots of fun. And he's waiting for another invite, so by all means, flick us another invite there. That'll be great. Wacko going wacko for Kako. Chucky says across the board the Cats looked off. Yeah, they did look off. And I'm not going to get into it, but it was an interesting week for the club. Just reading between the lines. As I said, I'm not going to talk about it. If you know what I'm hinting at, I'm going to leave it at that. But yeah, it just wasn't a great week for the club, I think. And it's not necessarily all the club's fault. But anyway, you might be wondering, what the hell is he talking about? Anyway, I'll leave it up to you guys to figure that out. Brandon Stephen, the man with 2 names. Calm the farm down, Essendon fans. Only preseason game. Yeah, calm down, Essendon. Tell you what, calm down, Essendon players. They really wanted that win in the last couple of minutes. They were throwing the kitchen sink at Geelong to hold us off. We were just like, you want it? Have it. We don't care. Like, good on you. That's fine. DKB93. Cats went very soft tonight. Yeah, there were a couple of times we were over the ball. We got stripped of it a bit too easily. Bounced off some tackles. Just didn't look strong. The bodies look good, but just especially Jack Henry. Goodness me, he was standing next to Tom Stewart at one point, and Tom Stewart's not a small guy. Jack Henry, he's a solid boy. Goodness me, if you weren't keeping an eye on Jack Henry, have another look, especially watching him live. He's gotten big. Whew. It's only been incremental year on year, but he's gotten big. Oh, before I forget, before I get on to the next comment in the chat, my daughter Bonnie did say I had to give her a shout out on the show tonight. Because she was she's saying, Dad, you need to give me some love on the show. But she was trying to get the Cats chant going in the crowd tonight. But unfortunately, the Cats crowd just wasn't into it in the community series. So she goes, what's going on? Why isn't the crowd cheering for Geelong? And she was trying to get the Geelong going and the old clap, 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 Geelong. But it just wasn't happening. So apologies, Bonnie. The crowd just wasn't doing it for you. It wasn't playing ball. Hopefully in the first game at Kardinia Park, I think it's against Fremantle in a few weeks' time. Hopefully the crowd will be up and about. They did get a little bit up and angry at some umpires at some point, but we just didn't get the normal chants and the songs and all the fun stuff that the kids love. So didn't get that. Chappy Joe again. Hard not to be excited about the exciting youth. Brandon, win is irrelevant. 7 goals between Caddy and Kako is what we're pleased to see. Look, Caddy was good too. I think opposition's going to need to put a bit of work into him because I think a couple of times we were a bit surprised about his reach. He got his hands up there and was like, oh, hang on, he seems to have about 3 or 4 inches on everybody else. He's not the tallest bloke out there, but goodness me, he's got a long wingspan. So keep an eye on that fella. Can you pass on a joke to Paul? I sure can. If it's a bit naughty, I'll have to do it privately, but I'm sure you'll get to the joke at some stage or DM me the joke. Or maybe I'm just scrolling through the comments. Maybe I haven't got to it yet. Don't hate on me, aviation. Oh, you're having a little chat in there. I'm just going to try and find some. Oh, Ben over here in the chat. I'm just pulling up a couple of you. That's okay. I won't read everything out if you're just chatting amongst yourselves. Oh, here we go. Clark, Brendan, Bianca, and Declan. It's a bit late for Bianca tonight, which I totally understand. But I have to say, Bianca, it's not looking good for Fan of the Year 2 years in a row, I have to say. You've let yourself down. I know it's a school day. I know it's nearly 11 o'clock at night, but goodness me, Bianca, do you really want this? How much do you want it? How much do you want to be Fan of the Year of the Hoops Crew 2 years in a row? Tell you what, looks like it's Lucas's to lose at this point. He's been on 2 weeks in a row. So, but no, back to your point, Brendan. Bianca and Declan, the Vella family. John Clark was very good in the third quarter. We looked very small up forward. I think that was deliberate tonight. Jezza wasn't up forward a hell of a lot. He was roaming around the ground, doing the getting his Ks up. Shannon Neal was there on his own, doing pretty well considering, taking some marks, contested marks, winning a couple of one-on-ones, losing a couple too, but generally pretty good. Bring back Phoenix Foster. Yeah, he's a big body. Probably be even bigger with another preseason too, but sadly he's not in the system anymore. So all the best to Phoenix though. All right. Oh, Magnus Sherlock. Not a lot of love for Oisin Mullen. Oof. Or is that a positive ooh? I don't know. Or is that like a ooh? Because he's a good-looking boy. But I don't know. I don't think he'll be there round 0, opening round. But yeah, just doesn't seem to. I don't. You want to judge players too early. I've been guilty of that many times in the past, but I don't know. There'll be some people out there that think he's fantastic. I just don't. I don't see it. Doesn't mean I'm right. I just don't see it. So I don't know. I don't know. Oh, the mighty Sparlock. We absolutely love the mighty Sparlock. Often jumps into the chat. Yeah, looks suspiciously like port colours there. What are we talking about? I don't know what we're talking about there. Maybe I've missed something. Anyway, swap your shirt. Oh, he's talking about Lucas's Miami Dolphins shirt. What was the famous quarterback from the Miami Dolphins from 30 years ago? Jeez, I'm showing my age. I can't remember now. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Another one from Magnus. Lackluster running. Colo. Ooh. Now, I'm pretty sure the ooh is like a ugh. Because I like Colo. I I like Special K, the jazz man, but no, he's not. Well, either I'm not winning any modelling contests either, but I don't think. Yeah, no, I think you weren't impressed with his footballing ability. That's what we'll say on that one. Colo needs to shave his head. His hair's looking rough. Go easy on poor Colo. I say that, and I've just thrown him under the bus too. Chubby Joe, GWS, if I can get it up. GWS are not top 4 in my opinion. Where did I have them again? I can't remember where I had them. I need my ladder handy. I've done my ladder somewhere, but I'll pull it up some other time. Oh, okay. Stephen King coached tonight, not Scotty. What I found was interesting, I was watching this at the game. Apparently the head coach wears pants and all the other assistant coaches have to wear shorts. Or at least that's what happened tonight anyway. So it's like, the senior coach has to be presentable, but everyone else can just dress like 15-year-old school kids in their little shorts and polos. So anyway, that's the important stuff you get on post-game live, the important observations you're going to get on a show like this. Now, Zav was ready to go. He was in the green room. I was ready to launch into another debutant. But disappeared last minute. That's okay. We all have lives. It's a school night, as I said. It's a work night. I don't actually have to start work till 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. So I'm going to get up when I want to get up, and I'm going to go for a walk. I might grab a coffee along the Barwon River at some point down there. I usually do that on a Wednesday morning. It's a couple of little spots that I like to drop into. What happened with the Draper goal at the end, and how did he steal it from Kako or Carco? Can I say Carco? I like saying Carco better, but I'm not sure how to say it. I probably should try and get it right. I think Draper stole it off him. I'm just going to have a look here on the stats because I'm sure everyone else has already seen this by now. But who got that goal in the end? Did they give it to him? No, they didn't. They gave it to Draper. You dirty, dirty bugger. You dirty bugger. You stole it off him. The young fella could have had 5 goals. Can't believe it. Max, Killy Munro. No Phoenix Foster, no Geelong. I love the love. I love the love for Phoenix Foster because we love him and we bang on about him all the time because he's a good guy and he's been good to us on the channel and he was heartbroken. I mean, as everyone would be when you're excited to be drafted into the system and then you never play a game. You're heartbroken. I feel for the guy. I'm not going to dwell on it anymore. I'm going to let him get on and live his life. But anytime he wants to come on the show, he's always welcome. And I'm sure he's definitely got a following. He's definitely got a following in Catland still, and definitely people that watch the hoops. A lot of people love him, so he's always welcome to come on. Spartacus loves a bit of the Bussy action. You're getting a lot of love in the chat tonight, Bussy. Very popular. Spartacus says, I thought O'Sullivan had his moments, but still needs some work. Definitely had some moments. He's just not quite there yet. So, I mean, they may want to give him some games in the first part of the year, and maybe that'll turn into some confidence and 5 games can turn into 10, can turn into 15, and maybe he's there at the pointy end. But I still feel like it's another development year for O'Sullivan. I still feel like it's probably mostly, or at least half and half. No, I still think mostly in the VFL. If he gets 6 or 7 games in the ones, that'll be good. If he does a Dempsey and surprises us all, no, he's not going to win the Rising Star. But if he surprises us all and does a lot more than that, that's great. I just don't think it happened. I don't think Danger's played a full game. Let's find out. I feel like he played about 70% of game time, but I'm just going to check the stats on that one. Dangerfield. How much did you play, Mr. Dangerfield? Can't find it. Not much. I can't find him. I'm blind. It's too late. Someone else will tell me in the chat. But yeah, he mostly up forward anyway. He wasn't really around the ball a heap. So I didn't really get into it. Danger shouldn't be half forward. Holmes needs to be in the midfield. Look, I think Holmes will be mostly in the midfield. Danger will be some burst players. Expect Danger, even if he doesn't get injured this year, expect him to get rested a fair bit. If not, I think he'll get rested from games. I think we'll give him a spell, manage him through the first probably 2/3 of the year. maybe the last round of the year, depending on who we're playing. I can't quite remember who we're playing, but I think Danger's just going to be nursed into this season and probably play maybe 70% of the games for the first half of the year. Again, injuries aside, assuming there's no injuries there, I don't think we'd play him all the time anyway. History would tell us a hamstring's always not far away with Danger, though, so hopefully it's not. But I don't think you need to worry about Danger being a permanent forward. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's not. I think he's just suited as a burst player through the midfield, and that's his game. And occasionally he'll float forward, take a mark, maybe kick a goal, maybe handball off to Jezza to crack another beer can. Who knows? That's always fun. Another one on O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan made mistakes, but he'll be key in a few months. No, let's hope so. I'm definitely not against O'Sullivan. I just feel like a lot of young guys, they just take time. And I don't think it's a bad thing that he's going to have a couple of years in the VFL system. He'll still play games he'll play more than one game like he did last year. But I don't think he's going to play 19 or 20 games and be there in a prelim final, holding down a defensive position. I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, you could have said the same thing about Sam De Koning too. And look at him, people were talking about him should have been an All-Australian in 2022 when we won the whole thing. Just scrolling through. Why play Tom Stewart in the midfield? I guess because we just don't know how things are going to play out through the year. You get injuries. Bailey Smith's here now. Didn't play tonight. But we needed Tom in the midfield last year, and we might need him again if we get a couple of injuries. So I think, it was pretty scary in the first 10 minutes when bang, 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 3 goals Essendon. It's like, okay, Tom Stewart, go back. Not that we really need to worry too much in a preseason game, but clearly him not being there, it was a bit of a worry. Sam De Koning wasn't there either. Blitzards was down back, to be fair, but they look a little bit lost without Tom Stewart. Zach Guthrie's great, but he's not the general in the back line. He's definitely not the general. He may be one day, but for now it's Tom Stewart. That's Tom Stewart's job. Anyway. All right, it's Spartacus and Bussy Sniffer the whole way through here. Tommy midfield doesn't make sense to me. He got sent back later. Yeah, admission of guilt. Defense looked lost half the time, says Magnus. Yeah, it didn't it? It just didn't kind of click tonight. The forwards didn't click either. They just a lot of times I was at the game and they were just sort of running to the same areas and just over just that one too many possessions. As I said, it's early days. They'll figure out a few of these kinks. You don't want to show all your cards too early in the season anyway. But and they're just second competitive game this year against an opposition. It takes a good 6 or 7 or 8 weeks to find your groove in a season anyway. We'll know by round 8 whether we've got a good team or not. It's probably not going to be one of those years where we're like a 4-5 type start or 4-4, and all of a sudden we go on a 16-game winning streak. Those seasons are very far and few between. You don't see that very often. So you generally get a pretty good read on the team and about 2 months into a season. So we'll know how it starts. Probably if we lose to Brisbane, it's not the end of the world. But if we're 1-3 to start the month, you might start to think that it's going to be an uphill battle. And then if you're 3-5 to start or 4-4, then maybe premierships are what we're aiming for at the end of the year. Again, stranger things have happened. They do happen. But anyway. Amy, pretty sure Geelong were pretty good from goal kicking perspective last year, top 5, I think, for conversion, something like that. We've got some pretty good forwards. We didn't have Tom Morgans. He couldn't kick a goal, but Jezza was pretty handy, and Shannon Neal kicked, I want to say, 17 goals, I think, maybe less than that. I think that maybe he's being generous. I know he played about 15 games, didn't he, last year? Maybe it was 13 goals he kicked, slightly less than a goal a game. Hopefully he bobs up this year for a couple of games where he's kicking 3s and 4s. That'd be nice. And if he kicked his 1 goal a game and every now and then kick more than that, I think we'll be happy with that. I think we definitely need a spread of goals from. I mean, it's nothing new. It's the way AFL footy's played these days. You need goals from everywhere. So hopefully we get that. The chaps, probably Jake. Jake's usually the master of the chaps' social media accounts, but I wonder if they'll ever consider playing Sam de Koning down back. He's got a great defensive effort for a ruckman. Very clever, Jake. Very clever from the chaps, cats. Now, I did bump the chaps. They normally have right of way on a Tuesday evening, but because the AFL fixed this game tonight, and because we try to commit to doing our post-game live show on game days, well, not try, we will be, the chaps kindly gave up the lane, and I've slotted in nicely here. And I don't know if they've recorded their show yet or if they've done that tonight, but they'll be in your ear holes and in your eyeballs tomorrow evening. So stay tuned for that one. And I think Jake might have even recorded a bonus show, which might be dropping tomorrow morning as well. So maybe keep an eye on that one. That could be for the Patreons. I have to double check that. Jake, if you're still in the chat, I'm sure you'll let us know. Anyway, we need Conway. Oh, no. Conway, Toby Conway. I don't know what the latest is. We'll probably start getting medical reports from the club when the season starts properly. But if you haven't caught up with the Toby Conway news from a week or so ago, he was laying in bed and coughed and slipped a disc in his back. Yep. So that's the latest with Toby Conway. And the poor fella just cannot take a trick when it comes to injuries. And yeah, it's the last thing you wanted to hear. I couldn't believe when I heard that. I was like, are you serious? Like, must have been one hell of a loogie. I don't know what was going on there with that cough, but gee, that must have been a shocker. I've cramped up doing coughing in bed and other things, but I've never wrecked my back. So hopefully he's right. Maybe we need to get a mattress sponsor. We can send him a new mattress. Maybe what he's sleeping on is not doing the job. All right, who else we got? The chaps again. Amy Bussy Sniffer, challenge level impossible. I don't know what that means. I probably need to look at the previous message for that. Where was Stanley? VFL, apparently, someone said earlier. Conway just signed on for 2 more years, I think so. More love. Is this the same one from Max? Bring back Phoenix Foster, the GOAT. Is this your burner account, Phoenix? I don't know, Max. No. There's lots of love for Phoenix out there, but I wouldn't be surprised if Phoenix had a burner account as well. Just come on, Phoenix. We'll show you some love. Chaps are all over tonight. Tom Stewart had his forehead caved in as a rookie and pulled a bus full of school children out of cry play on the school afternoon. I'm sure SDK can play down back. It sounds like the Man of Steel scene where Clark Kent, teenage Clark Kent, saves all the kids from the school bus. That's giving me that kind of vibe, Jake. All right. SDK isn't Stewart yet, still younger. When Stewie hit the big time, be kind. Yeah, I think we've all got to be generous with Sam de Koning. He's definitely got stronger in the off season, but he's still losing some one-on-ones to some bigger ruckmen. So that will still take. If the plan is to turn him into a ruckman, it's still probably a couple of years away. And so we're going to have to just put up with it a little bit. And you got to give him opportunity. And Reece Stanley will probably still get his opportunities as well, but. We'll see. I don't know if it's the answer yet, but I don't know. I still feel like they're going to turn him into a forward one day, but who knows? Stanley played in the VFL. That's right. Where's Jackie? Did I miss a comment from Jackie somewhere in the chat? Paul James, where is the man? Paul James can't make it for the stream, but absolutely nothing to see with that loss. Now, Paul. I'm going to look directly down the camera at you. I know you just don't want to come on because it's a loss. I know that's the reason why you're in bed right now in your Ninja Turtle pajamas. I know that's why you haven't come on tonight. Or you're probably playing some kind of game on your computer. Jeez, I'm sounding old, don't I? Some game on your computer. I don't know if you're a Super Nintendo guy or a Sega Mega System. Megatron. I'm going to shut up. Paul's probably just rolling around, just shaking his head right now. He's not here. He doesn't want to be here after a loss. It's as simple as that. I get it, but I front up no matter what, Paul. The only time I didn't front up last year was I was deathly ill, so I couldn't do it. It was definitely raining goals at the Cattery. Lots of goals tonight. How many goals was kicked? 29 goals tonight. 29 goals. That's not a bad effort. 29 goals is a pretty good effort. All right. Oh, hang on. Have we had Benjamin Harris on? Oh, Benjamin Harris. Hello, Benjamin Harris. Been chatting with Benjamin in the background a little bit in the last little week. Bose and Jack Henry are the only ones trying. Maybe a few more, but you're right. Like they were pretty good. They were pretty good. And you know, I always spell Jack Bose wrong because I've got a little Bose speaker system, as in like the Bose sound system. I always get Bose's name wrong, and I always get corrected especially when I put out a tweet or something with his name on there, and I was like, oh crap. Thankfully, we've got the premium Twitter account, and I can correct them after I've got an hour to fix spelling mistakes these days. So if you see a spelling mistake and then you see a little edited thing there, it's because I've gone back and over it again and done that. All right, Geelong look. Travis, welcome to the chat. Travis Lubke. I've got that right. Geelong don't look unbeatable like the media have overrated them to be this year. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? You get to this blonde-haired bloke with a big headband, and you think, oh, it's going to make all the difference. It's just one guy. It's one guy. He wasn't there tonight. Tanner and a few others weren't there as well, but one guy doesn't necessarily change it. Chances are someone's going to get injured. And it's like, oh, no, Max Holmes is out for the year with an ACL. It's like, I've seen teams win premierships. Like, look at Brisbane last year. How many injuries did they have? They still won it. So if you're good enough to win it, you're good enough to win it. Like one or two players, it helps. It all helps. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It does help, but it's not everything. So I don't know. I think Geelong definitely should be in the conversation for top four. I'm definitely not going to rule them out of that based on tonight's performance. But yeah, I think, I don't know. The media doesn't normally like Geelong. I think they're just a little bit gun shy after last year with not rating them well enough and then seeing what they did. So I think everyone thought, oh, this will be the year I can predict Geelong to bomb out, to fall off the cliff. But no. Wasn't meant to be. Paul again. So I'm not going through this live. I'm backtracking a little bit here. I'm not sure how many comments there are. Mullen was in good positions. Execution is his weakness. Yeah, he's not. He just doesn't have a good read on it. I mean, maybe he's getting a slightly better read about where to be. But yeah, just when he's got the ball in his hands, he doesn't seem to really know what he's doing. It sounds harsh, and I hope he's not listening because I don't mean to be mean, but yeah, it's just the way I'm seeing it. All right. Who else have we got here? I'm going to try and find someone I haven't read out before. Oh, someone maybe I haven't read 10 tweets out, 10 comments out again. Hang on. No, Mayor. We smashed Hawks in 2023 and didn't make finals. Doesn't mean nothing. Also, the Bombers beat us in the preseason in 2018. I think they did, yeah. I think from memory, yeah. Was that in Warrnambool? It must have been in Warrnambool. I think we played games in Warrnambool that way. All right, a few more. I think how are we going? We're nearly at the bottom here. Travis, change your name to David King. Must be hating on Geelong. Are you, Travis? I don't know. Any Hawthorn supporters in the chat? I'm surprised that many people are still listening. I did think we'd get a few more people on tonight, but it is a school night, so I thought maybe I'd get one more person coming on to have a chat about the game. But yes, it is a school night, so the real stuff starts not Thursday, but the following Thursday. So I imagine we'll have a full board of calls on Thursday. Jake, you're having a go at the old blokes at the club. We've got a few players old enough to have fought in the Civil War, to be fair. Oh, yeah, Mano wasn't playing tonight either. Thanks, Spartacus. I forgot about Mano wasn't playing tonight. Hopefully he's right to go the first or second week of the season. I hope he's good to go. But we'll see. We shall see. All right. Oh, one more. I think a couple more. I'm going to pick out some ones that I haven't read out before. Sullivan's looking all right. Hello, Loake. Sullivan looking all right, but not ready yet, in my opinion. Me too. I don't think he's ready yet. Didn't get a single kick, which isn't ideal. Got caught in the back line a couple of times too, which wasn't great. DKB, have I read this one? Have I read him out or her out before, or them out before? We smashed the Hawks in 2023 and didn't make finals. This doesn't mean nothing. Also, the Bombers beat us in the preseason 2018. Gold Coast beat us in 2022, and we won the flag. How did the Gold Coast beat us in 2022? I have no idea. I have no idea how that happened. Lucas Ronaldo. What did you see our warm-up jersey? I hate it when people say jersey. I love you, Lucas, but it's not a jersey. It's a Guernsey. It's not NBA. It's not basketball. Am I being precious about it? I'm probably being way too precious about that. That's okay. That's okay. Snazzy shoes. Snazzy shoes. Dons fans here. We've got some Dons fans in. Jump on if you're still in the chat, Snazzy shoes. Cat's my number 2 team. Everyone's number 2, aren't they? Cat's got nothing to worry about, in my opinion. Preseason match, and Cats can still turn it on. So many quality players. And yes, probably wanted to win for the youth. Fair enough, too. You got to give them something, don't you? Thanks for jumping in the chat. Jackie's not a fan of the warm-up top. What's wrong with the warm-up top? They played the song tonight. I can't remember what it's called. Brendan was telling me this one a while ago, I think. Brendan Vella. The song they play when the Cats come out. Na 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 na. Na, 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 na. I can't do it very well, but you get the idea. Apologies for that. You can put your earplugs back in. All right. Have I got a couple more in? Bianca didn't make it. Oh, hang on. Didn't make it to half-time tonight. That's why she's out of the – well, she's not out of the running for Fan of the Year, but she's got some work to do to catch up now. Bianca, if you're watching this on replay, come on. Come on. It is a school day. Lucas says he's here, rain, hail, or shine. I do appreciate it, Lucas. I do appreciate it. You were being here. We'll have to have a word to our good friend Kiri, who's I don't know if he's got Ninja Turtle pajamas. I reckon he's got like a Voltron or a Transformer pajamas. You know, the top and bottom, not the button-up ones, just the one you pull over the top. I reckon that might be his jam, the Transformer ones. You know, 1980s version Transformer ones. I reckon that's what he'd rock. I don't know. We'll find out. All right, Jake, he's jumped on a different account now. Look at this. He's getting them all going. Dan Marino, thank you very much for that one. Dan Marino, I was going to say Dan Marley, but that was a basketball player for the Phoenix Suns in the Charles Barkley era back in the day. Again, showing my age. I am 45, turning 46 later in this year. Hopefully, Geelong can win a premiership for me in September when my birthday is. Don't forget, chat. I want lots of love in September. Eisenhorn is Tinkle. I don't know what that means. Brandon Stephen, I think I've had you on before. NAB Cup back in the day was great. Yeah, NAB Cup was pretty cool. Couple more. I think I'm still scrolling. I'm trying to find someone new. Hang on. Mark, thanks for the amazing, awesome. Could I please be your best friend ever? Mark, mate, Mark. I think I've seen you somewhere else on some other chat before. I don't know if you're a Russian someone who's trying to scam us out of money or something like that. But if you are genuine, yes, you can be my best friend ever. I do appreciate you, Mark. If I see you again and you say something similar, then maybe mix it up. I don't know. Just sounds a bit sus. I'm still finding some new ones late in the chat. So if I find a new one, I'll read through it and then I'll start to round the show out and give you a bit of a rundown of what's to come for the rest of the week on the channel. DKB nailed it. Preseason means fuck all. I can say that because it's past 11 o'clock now. Sorry if I've hurt anyone's feelings. Didn't North look amazing against Collingwood last year's preseason match? Lol. If you've got kids up at 10 past 11, don't come at me for saying and dropping the F-bomb. Hang on. What's this one? Hold Your Ghost. Never looked decent, though. Yes, he did. Never did look decent. Hello, Hold Your Ghost. Good to see you in the chat. You may have been in the chat before, but I'm just making a conscious effort to try and acknowledge if I haven't recognised you before. So thank you. Have I had Strider on? I think maybe I just did. That's why people should keep a lid on preseason matches. No. Bombers fans, go your hardest. It's lots of fun. You've won a game. Rob, poor chaps. Yeah, poor chaps. Brendan's still awake, though. Brendan's still sitting there on his big screen TV. Brendan, I have to say, I'm so jealous. If you haven't seen Brendan and Bianca and Declan on Postgame Live, occasionally they just give us glimpses of the of all the toys, the toy shelf, and I absolutely love it. I'm so jealous. I mean, you must live at that pop culture store. I think there's a couple in Geelong, but you probably get all the hot toys online as well. And I'm just like, oh God, I just want some of that stuff. Just make sure you lock your house up pretty tight, mate, because anyway, I'm very, very jealous. Braden Dixon, forward 50 entries, dreadful. There was a funny moment, actually, where Max Holmes hit up someone on the chest. I think it was Jez. It could have been, I can't remember. But anyway, he kicked this absolute wobbler, the most horrible inside 50 kick you'd hope you could ever imagine. And he hit someone on the chest, lace out with, I don't know And he just hands on his knees, just hunched over, just looks over. He just looks over at the interchange bench because he wasn't far away. He just shook his head and laughed. I said, "Geez, okay." We got a bit lucky. We got a bit lucky with that one, I think. All right, I think we're nearly there. Done. Yes, Mark. Again, you can be my best friend ever, and go Dons. Hang on, go Dons. Yes. Trying to get into the Dons love. You are my best friend, Mark. You're my number one bestest ever friend. And maybe we be friends until the end of time. Aiden, Cuppen. Can we still win the flag? Or sad face? Come on, Aiden. Lift your chin up. It's okay. We're doing fine. I think that's the end of the chat. Brendan is the last one in the chat. I'm going to read out Brendan's one because he's the last one in the chat. And don't anyone else jump into the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to read it out too. And I'll be here forever. But it's an hour and 15 minutes. No hot toys. They're too expensive. I'm more of an action figure guy. I heard there was a Kevin Feige hot toy. Am I wrong in hearing that? The producer of all those Marvel movies. I need to get some toys. They're so expensive, though. They are so expensive. I went into pop culture a year or two ago, and they had this big Thanos. It was like 12 foot tall. It probably wouldn't fit in my garage. It'd be hitting its head on the roof. But no, I'd love to get that. I definitely would love to get that. Oh, hang on. He's doubled up in the chat. He's doubled up. Oh, he's got to get the Mitch Hardy Save Us All one in, or Save Us in the chat. Of course, Mitch Hardy, sending our love to you. I'm sure you're a regular viewer of Postgame Live, and you love all things Geelong Cats after we drafted you and didn't play you at all. No, hopefully you've had some good experiences at the club. We loved you. We definitely loved you. Lucas, go away. Kiri, I think it's Kiri you're saying. Kiri wears Liverpool Football Club pajamas. We got to get a photo of that. We got to get a photo of that. We must. Somehow. So if you're a family member, Kiri's mum, I know. We'll get Kiri's mum onto the case. We'll get her to burst into the room, and we'll get the camera out with a flash, and then we'll just get him. Just pull the. Well, I don't know. Maybe you don't want to do that. Actually, you probably don't want to burst into your son's room and pull his tutor off in the middle of the night. Probably not wise. But maybe when he gets up to pour himself a nice glass of milk and a cookie, get himself a cookie. Maybe that's the time to get the camera on him. Strider Night, I'm trying to wrap the show up, but there's more comments coming through. Strider Night, didn't mean the F-bombs there, mate. Got a bit carried away drinking into season form. No, that's fine. I read it out. That's fine. You can F-bomb to your heart's content. I don't think it gets blocked. Thank you, Spartacus. Stride Night, your preseason starts well. Get on the beers, everyone. No, drink responsibly. We don't have a beer sponsor anymore, but we do have a lovely sponsor, Cyril Cook Florist. So give up the beers, get yourself some flowers instead. The beer sponsor, unfortunately, went under, sadly, not long after they sponsored the channel last year. There's a bit of backstory for you there. Sadly, I shouldn't laugh about it because it's pretty sad, but for them, we did reach out. I didn't hear back from them, but no good. But yeah, anyway, I think that's it. Is that it from the chat? I think that's it. I think I can wrap the show up. No more comments. We're done. Sold. Okay. All right. Thank you to everyone. For Foxy for making a debut tonight, and for Lucas as always. And a big shout out to Kiri at home in his Liverpool Football Club pajamas. I still like to think he's got the Ninja Turtle ones. I'm sure he's got a second pair because he's got to put the Liverpool ones in the wash. So I reckon he's got the Liverpool ones in the wash right now, and he's probably in bed with his two-piece Transformers 1980s ones in there. Catch you later, Bussy Sniffer. We'll see you on the flip side. Thank you very much. So yes, thanks everyone. Now I didn't mention earlier, but we do have a Discord server. So if that's your thing, what's Discord? It's a bit like a chat forum, really, like Reddit or whatever. We've just set it up about a week ago. I think about 20, 25 people have jumped into it in the last week. So there's a fair few topics. We've got some threads going on in there. Paul has been trying to get me to do this for years. He speaks the language. I don't speak the Discord language. Forgive me, everyone. Laugh at me. My kids laugh at me all the time for getting things wrong. So if I say the wrong thing when it comes to this kind of stuff, I think they're threads. I could be wrong. Channels. I think channels is another one as well. So jump into that. That's a lot of fun, and we have chats through the week as well as in that as well. So, but yeah, thanks very much for that. Now tomorrow night, I'm just going to go off memory here because I did write some notes down, but I've left my notes somewhere. But it's tomorrow morning, I should say. We've got. I don't think Paul's doing a reaction video, but he may be doing a reaction video. But there may be 2 videos dropping around the same time tomorrow because Jake's done an interview. He's done an interview video. I don't think Jake's done too many interviews, but he's got an interview video dropping tomorrow morning as well. Tomorrow night, though, is the big chat cats episode. They'll review the game in a bit of detail. They'll unpack it. I'll be surprised if they took a negative approach to this one. They always are a glass half full. So if you like your footy content glass half full with a positive spin, that's probably your cup of tea. And if you haven't checked out the chat cats yet, then I encourage you to do so. I have heard people say the first couple of times they listen to them, it's like, this is not for me. But it is a bit of an acquired taste. I fell in love with them pretty early days, a couple of years ago. Jake, if you're listening, hello. It was very, very early in the piece. They were still pretty green and raw. I mean, they've been doing this kind of thing for a while, but they just put out their footy podcast, and I just love the banter that the 3 of them have, and just the silliness that goes on. And it's not. I mean, it's a bit like this. It's not like this show. I'm just talking to the people, the fans that come on the show. Paul sits there and talks to the camera and sort of analyzes the game and sort of pulls it apart. But I just like the chat banter, and I think they've just got a good vibe. So check those ones out. They're Wednesday night at 8:30. Pretty much everything's at 8:30 for the most part, if you're in any doubt. So brush your teeth, put your Ninja Turtle pajamas on, and or your hoops. We've got to get some Hoops Crew. That's what we should have done with the merch store. We should have got some Hoops Crew pajamas. We should have got the Hoops Crew pajamas. Oh, and by the way, I forgot. I've got the Hoops Crew. I've got the one. There it is, that way. I actually wore this to the footy tonight. I was a bit too shy to actually just strut out there. Look at me, I'm part of the Hoops Crew. Everyone will go, oh mate, you're up yourself a little bit. But no, that is available in the Hoops Crew merch store on YouTube. I think you can probably see the link below. I think there's a link for the mug. Brendan, if you bought the mug yet, you definitely must buy that mug. I should buy the mug. They still charge us though. Well, yes, it's our merch store, but they still charge us for products. So I'm hoping to get enough sample credits so I can get a couple of freebies as well. I was at the ground with some stickers tonight, but I didn't actually hand them out. All right, so Wednesday night's the chaps. Thursday night, you got Paul James again. Now, how many likes has this episode got tonight? How do I find out? I'm going to have a quick look on my phone because I'm in absolute competition with Paul for likes on our live shows. We've got 2 live shows, and I reckon that I'm going to get him again. I'm just going to indulge me for a moment. Someone could tell me in the chat. It might be quicker to do it. And if you haven't liked it already, how come you haven't liked it already? What's going on? What's going on? Is that going to play it late? 20? No, I can't figure it out. 17 likes. Come on, people. I'm well behind Paul this week. I'm well behind. Clearly, you're not happy with the result. Usually, Geelong, maybe it's me. Maybe it is me. But maybe it's Geelong losing. We'll say it's Geelong losing. Only 17 likes on the show. So if you are watching on YouTube, hit the like button. You'd be surprised at how much that actually helps the YouTube algorithm. It really does. The subscribe button helps as well, but I think the like button sends it around to heaps, bunch more people as well. Definitely the chat helps as well. So I want to say a massive thank you to everyone in the chat, especially those that have sent about 50 messages tonight. Spartacus, I'm looking at you. Bussy Sniffer, I'm looking at you as well. And there's a few others there too. I've probably missed a couple there, but Bussy Sniffer and Spartacus are absolutely dominating the chat. Thank you very much for the love there as well. So Thursday night, Paul James show. Nothing on Friday, nothing on Saturday. I think on Sunday night, you probably want to turn your little notification bell on for that one if you're a subscriber, because I'm really trying to get Paul to do the season preview for 2025. So we don't have a game for him to preview on Sunday night, or recap even, because he would have already done that on Thursday. So I think this is probably a good opportunity to do the season preview, and maybe, I don't know if I'll be a part of that one. I may be, depending on I haven't even looked that far ahead yet. It may be that one of the chaps is on it, potentially. I'm not too sure. Season launch. We love a season launch. So we'll see what we can do there. Get on that one. So that's that. And then it's not far away. I think we'll probably get Paul back again for a preview of the Brisbane game on a Wednesday, but that might be a little bit later than 8:30. his normal time of 8:30, and it's definitely not his normal day is a Thursday. But we've got a few Thursday games, so when we've got a Thursday game this year, we'll probably put Paul on a little bit earlier. So that'll be a Wednesday show. That one the day before. Hopefully, we'll get the teams. Surprisingly, we only got the teams for tonight's game 24 hours out. So I thought, okay, that's a bit weird. It's probably because they had a squad of 30. It didn't really matter, did it? To be fair, who's playing or not. They just played 30 players and everyone, there's no interchange caps. Just went from there. Anyway, that's me done for tonight. Another big thank you to the sponsor, Cyril Cook Florist. Please make sure you go and check them out. Now, I played the song on the outro the other day and someone didn't like it. So if it's not your thing, say goodbye now, jump out of the chat. But I like the song. It is AI generated, I'll be honest. We didn't actually pay $3,000 to get a band to record this song. But it gets me up. It gets me up and about every now and then. I'm an idiot, though, so it doesn't take much to get me up and about. But I like it. But if you're not up for it, if you are, great. I'll play the song and we'll say goodnight. And well done, Bombers. You did well. Congratulations. And we'll see you on the next one, everyone. You take care. See you later.
And he's ready to go. Got a mic in his hand. It's time for the show. Dropping pussy down facts, mitts, forwards and backs. Representing G-Town while talking the smack. Clashing facts like Patty, where the hell you at? Hoops crew are exploding. Don't ever look back. Then we got Paul, yeah, he knows his stuff. He's a man, he's a myth, taking on the nuffs. The man don't miss, he loves to react. His words cut deep, he's a counterattack. Balls on fire, brings a mic to life. Don't fuck with P-Dog if you value your life. Oh, they fuck shit up, yeah, they run G-Town. The Hoops crew's here and they'll never back down. Jake, Tommy, Sambo, always rocking the game. Betty and Paul, man, remember the names. Jake's bringing the noise with Johnny and Sambo, the chaps, chat boys, they're electric and they're ready to roll. The boys are on fire and they're taking control. Recaps and previews, yeah, they cover it all. Part of the Hoops crew with Betty and Paul. They fuck shit up, yeah, they run G-Town. The Hoops crew, baby, they'll never back down. Jake, Johnny, Sambo, always rocking the game. Betty and Paul, chasing glory and fame. Brad with the sleeves, Max Holmes and Jack Bose. Tommy fucking Atkins, he'll break your damn nose. Stewie in the middle and Reese in the ruck. They see Big Jezza and they know they're fucked. They're the T-Town boys, go hard or go home. They're fucking insane